Golden lights spilled from the chandelier suspended from the theatre ceiling. Shells of brushwork timber ribs towered overhead, engulfing the enchanting hums and chimes of excitement in the grandiose space. Concert goers snapped photos of the friend groups and children in delighted cliques, their chatter and laughter punctuated by the rustling of the evening concerts programs. To anyone else, this was the magnificence of the Sydney Opera House. However, those same stunning lights and restless energy were the death of me. Christian shouts from above scalded my eyes, footsteps clashing in chaotic rhythm made my heart palpitate and my skin rubbed raw by the unbearable harshness of my seat's fabric. For all my life, my sensitivity to everything had made my 16 years a living hell. This was the curse of my synesthesia, the overstimulation of every senses. Imagine every whisper in the wind like having a swarm of hornets in your ears, every smallest frequency of sound exploding across your vision with incoherent shapes and colours, every shade of the earth you saw prompting a sickening distortion of melodies that stabbed against a sensitive spot by the temples. I was hyperventilating now, clapping my palms over my ears to block out agony. I cursed my cousin, Christian, for purchasing the concert tickets and wishing I didn't have that moment of courage to come. Ironically though, he and I both knew that this was my last chance at escape. After Mum died, my symptoms worsened me to be bedridden. Christian didn't hesitate to shoulder my burden as of his own, reading every psychology journal to uncover some reverse triggers or loopholes so that I could at least look after myself. Pain was all I and a million others with a neurological impairment had ever experienced. I couldn't live this way. I refused to live this way. What the hell is wrong with you? A flat, older female voice asked, presumably me, but I wouldn't be able to see past the rainbow vomit to concentrate and answer. Dad and I was rocking back and forth. I could never sit still. Though the stranger's tone was filled with curiosity, it served to magnify some people's ignorance. Mum, how could anyone say that? A boy my age hissed, drawing prying eyes. Goodness, why couldn't anyone mind their own business? A genuine disbelief scoff, but before she could retort her son, a blonde girl politely asked the pair to swap seats with her, insisting that she was with me and Christian. On the odd occasions that my cousin managed to bring me outside, I found that younger people were more empathetic. The contrast in generational tolerance was evident. Putting himself protectively between me and his mother, the boy smiled reassuringly at me. We were grateful for their magnanimity, especially when it didn't benefit them in any way. Maybe if I was functional enough to voice a response, I would have told them myself how small the gestures of kindness has touched my heart. It's torturous to speak when you couldn't hear yourself over the million signals firing through your head. Christian, who, like me, decided to bypass the emotional baggage of that impertinent interaction, tapped most cold on my arm. Remember, Sprout, anytime you want to leave, whip my hand and I'll wish you home. I couldn't answer anyway, but he knew I heard him. The lights in the concert hall dimmed, and that was when I felt the shift in the atmosphere. Immediately, conversation ceased, the ringing in my ears stilled, and the haze in my eyes cleared just enough for me to make out the musicians in concert blacks on stage. Then two new figures appeared, the one with white hair taking the podium, and the raven-haired prodigy Edwin Chen, perched gracefully in the spotlight with his crimson violin in hand. With one upbeat, the young soloist led the orchestra into a grandiose chorale that officially marked the premiere of the Charlotte Dove's violin concerto. It was unlike anything I'd ever known. In the comfort of the concert hall, I wasn't consumed by my interminable pain. I experienced every freeing melody that soared between the pillars of resolved harmony, intertwining into an impossibly beautiful blend of colours. I pulsed every articulation against a steady rhythm that hypnotized the room into taking collective breaths. Every rich bass line grumbled through the ground beneath my feet. Every pure dynamic swell pulled at my heartstrings, and I rubbed that little spot on my sternum. It hurt, but I did not want this hurt to ever stop. For the first time in my life, everything made sense. I could literally see the music. It was like I put on glasses for the first time, except I couldn't tell if the world was blurry or clear. and that absolutely terrified me. Edwin Chen had danced as if possessed by the music, trying desperately to draw every last frequency out of the tune, seemingly shredding himself apart to achieve something beyond the notations on a piece of paper. My lungs gasped for hitching breaths, the sound at odds with the beautiful tunes, prompting utterance of annoyed shushes. Did I somehow suspect it, when nearly all hope was already lost, that the longing when this enchanting night ended would haunt me? If something so miraculous could happen, did that mean I had no agency over my world, my future? And the violinist hit a final jarring chord, releasing me from that moment of dread. Thunderous claps erupted and exhilaration whistles rang in the concert hall, echoing against the grand walls as Edwin Chen bowed, basking in praise and adoration. Their intense love for the young soloist continued long after he stepped off stage. That certainly didn't help me combat my relapsing pain, but inflaming it. I dug into Christian's jacket, not even remembering the drive home. Single-mindedly, all I felt was a steadfast need to hear the melodies of the Dove Concerto, to have an anchor between my messed-up mind and reality again. I reached for my computer, frantically searching for a recording. My body stilled when no result came up. That concert was the live premiere, after all. Irrational as it was, I couldn't control the overwhelming devastation coursing through me as the floodgates got thrown open and every ugly emotion absolutely tore me apart. I wept. With the night coming to an end and the motifs of the song fading from my memory, the glimpse of the world I belonged to was stripped away, my desire to fight crumbling along with it. Christian held me now. The profound loss was like the same grief I felt when Mum died. The physical pain that consumed me robbed me of being able to feel peace. But as the tear drained, my breathing also calmed. This time pain felt different. This time magic happened in that sacred opera house. This time there was love in the midst of my pain. As fragile as it was, the hope that maybe my synesthesia wasn't a curse, but was a gift if it had allowed me to stand on the border of the musical arcane. Unexpectedly, that little piece of magic the soulful musician unknowingly offered, and at such little cost to him, filled me with hope, which was all I had ever needed.